Hey guys, what's up? Happy Wednesday. If this is the first time you're watching my channel, this is New York Real Zoom. Today I have Becky Walsh with me. Becky is a life coach. Becky is an author, speaker. She's an expert in intuition. If you've been watching the last 2 days, you know she has lots of information and great advice. I'm Olive Hoy. Welcome again. So today we're going to use intuition in our daily life. We are constantly overwhelmed by information, on our phone, computer, people around us. How do we know that we are experiencing something truthful? How do we spot a lie?
Well, this is what's crazy about it, is it's a bigger taboo to call someone a liar than it is to actually be one. And it seems like we're becoming more and more accepting of lies the more society is unfolding. It seems like we're becoming totally less shocked by fake news.
Oh.
And it's true. And then this upcoming surge of transparency, because everything's all about transparency now, because it has to be about transparency, because let's face it, it seems to be particularly easy nowadays in the world of social media to be able to be caught out. But instead of the transparency making us more accountable to telling the truth, it's actually making lies more acceptable. So instead of being caught out and shamed, people are kind of going, yeah, well, so you're like, oh.
When we hear someone is dead, we don't believe it now. We search and Google to see if it's a hoax.
Yeah, you do. Like if somebody, and also if somebody's name is trending, you assume they're dead. But it's true. It's really weird how, or if somebody says, I never said that. And you're like, you did. It's filmed here. It's there. It's in black and white. You said it. In fact, cut, paste, tweet. You said it. And they go, no, never said that. And it's almost like a call to disarm the accuser. I think now the accuser of the, you're lying is now like the one that everyone's going, oh, you can't say that. It's very impolite. But in this world of fake news and information overload, we can get to a point of just, I can't be bothered. It's what psychologists call a state of ambivalence, where we're just like this, just, we tend to shut down, it's like the old jam jar sales. Like there's 10 jars of jam, nobody buys them. If there's 3 jars of jam, then the jam sales go up, or you can call it jelly in the US. This is my dog jumping up onto the sofa here. But your body actually knows when somebody's lying to you. So this is a form of somatic intuition that your body can really feel it. And when someone's lying, the first feeling that you get is like a sense of nausea, like you want to be sick. And this is coming from your gut brain. Then you get a sense of anxiety, a feeling of something feels wrong. I feel a little tense. If it's really bad, you can also feel about wanting to be able to move away from that person. Like you just sort of feel there's something wrong, like you feel uneasy around them. And when your intuition is really, really acute, you can sometimes actually tell even exactly what the lie is. So quite often the lie is like you will feel that something's wrong, but you won't know what's wrong. But then when you're really intuitive, you can kind of go, they're lying to me about this. You might not know the wholeness of the truth, because it's not like a voice in your head says, no, I think that he's not single. He's actually in a relationship with Stacey. You don't get all of that, but something would just kind of go wrong. One of the really worst things that can happen is a feeling that you're going insane, that you are losing the plot, that there is actually something wrong with you. And even though you intuitively know that this person is lying to you, that there is something completely amiss about what's going on, you can still psychologically start to really doubt yourself. And that's where it becomes dangerous, because that's when we stop believing in what we know to be true and start shutting down our intuition. And you can really think that you're going mad. It's a little bit like gaslighting. I think it's called gaslighting, where somebody is being told something that they believe to be true over and over and over again as being wrong, to the point where they actually start to feel mentally unwell. So I think that when you really start to learn that your intuition, that your somatic intuition, that your gut can tell you when someone's lying, it really does protect your mental well-being, to start to trust yourself and know that you're right, instead of doubting yourself and wondering if what that other person is telling you is true. It's a really important kind of way of looking at it.
I can do that with people that I'm familiar with, but even with strangers and people that we're not close to, we can tell that too. We can tell that they're lying to.
The biggest problem is that we have this conditioning about people in authority. So we just assume that they're telling the truth because of this conditioning. So you kind of like go, oh, but he's a teacher or a policeman or a doctor or a lawyer, so it must be telling the truth, because the conditioning just comes in. Even if someone's wearing a suit and you're not wearing a suit, the easiest way if you want to scam money is not to dress up like a homeless person, is to dress up like a rich person and tell them that something has happened and you really need their help.
We see that a lot in movies.
Yeah, you do. You know, it's just this programming that you have about like what people look like and what they must mean. But actually, I remember a certain conditioning, which is if a woman is banging in your door at 2:00 in the morning, she's in trouble. And I remember going to my door. It was like 2:30 in the morning. The person was ringing the bell. I could see through the glass it was a woman, and I was like, "Whoa, okay." And I went to open the door instinctively, but my body went, "Oh no." And I thought, my brain's going, just get this woman indoors as quickly as possible. My body is going, do not touch the door.
Ooh, which one did you trust?
I trusted my body. So I spoke to her through the door and I said, are you okay? Are you in trouble? And she said, oh, my meter's run out. Right, your meter's run out? So in the UK, we have these kind of like gas and electricity meters where you put like £1 or 50 pence in the meter and then, you know, you get gas and electricity. However, they don't go off at night. Now, I didn't think about this at the time, but she's saying, oh, I've got 2 children and I've got freezer food and I need some money. And I thought, okay, well, I know that £1 or £2 will get her through the night, because that's what I'm thinking. It wasn't until the next day I thought, hang on a minute, they've got an emergency setting. So I went and got her £2 out of my purse and pushed it through the letterbox. I still didn't even open the door. And she went, what is that? And
you don't get anything now.
You're like, I need a tenner. And I said, well, I don't have any more money in the house. And she kind of sucked through her teeth, walked away, and 2 big guys walked with her. And it wasn't until she was away from the door that I could see them. And I was like, whoa. So if I'd have opened the door, those guys would have pushed past me and I don't know, you know? And so, you know, there's this politeness as well, because I'm a good person.
Right.
I believe as a good person, I should open the door. What's wrong with me? But I didn't open the door. So we have this politeness where we think that we have to always give people the benefit of the doubt, rather than, you can't call someone a liar. It's just like really rude. But actually, if you can trust yourself, where you go, something just doesn't fit, you can act upon that intuition without ending up with dire consequences. You know, so hindsight's 2020, and it always looks great in the rearview mirror, but it looks even better is the ignorance of not knowing you were right.
One day we talk about how if we should assume that people have kindness, that they're just like us. But then at the same time, you also have to be careful. And in a situation like what happened to you at 2:30 a.m. in the morning, you listen to your body, you listen to your intuition.
Yeah, because it's instant reactions to things. So it's like if your gut is telling you that you need to move away from somebody, you know, and you kind of like, oh, you know, there's something that's at ease here, like, you know, that isn't kind of like great. Your gut is telling you to move away from that person, because that person might not be right for the job, shouldn't be your nanny, shouldn't be la la la. That's one kind of subject area. When it comes to lies, it's electric. There's an electric sensation that hits you. It's like your hairs stand on end. You feel sick. There's like a anxiety feeling, which is very different from that guy's just a douchebag or that girl's just an idiot, or, you know, it's very different from our judgment of we've got to you know, put aside our own prejudices, or be conscious of our own prejudices, or be conscious when the gut is coming from a prejudicial place. You know, like women not liking women, or, you know, like even black people not believing in black people, like whatever that is, it's, you know, wherever that may come from, that may be deep programming that we may not even be conscious of. Lying's different. It's like the difference between a sharp pain and a deep pain. So a deep pain can be a psychological, well, there's something a bit strange about that person. A lie is like, it's like a different pain.
We all experienced a sharp pain and a deep pain. It's totally different. And if we apply that into how we perceive information, how we feel when we are surrounded by information, overwhelmed, and that's actually a really good indicator. I see what you mean.
Yeah. So, like, for example, like a deep pain can, one of the things that drives me mad is this when people give you stats about cancer, or when people give you stats about like health stuff. And to me, I mean, I'm quite into epigenetics. So the idea that a lot of your thinking can have a response to what's going on in your body. It's not just genes. But these kind of like related, I guess it comes from the fear of crime has gone up and the crime rates have gone down. So if the fear of crime has gone up and the crime rates have gone down, then there is a programming that we are being told. So that can feel like a deep pain. That's like, and crime and blah and this and that. And you're like, and it just feels exhausting and it feels boring. Like the stats of cancer and blah, 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 and Alzheimer's and this thing and that thing. And you just feel tired with it. And it feels like it's just fear-mongering kind of stuff, when actually the world's probably getting a lot better than we ever thought. We're curing more diseases than we ever have done, and all of these other things are also true, but we don't hear about them because they don't sell newspapers. They don't, they're not creating cortisol, they're not getting us excited, they're not making us buy stuff. It
is definitely a better place to live now than our grandparents' generation.
Blimey, absolutely. And yet, all of the stuff that we're bombarded with, your grandparents never had to deal with all of that stuff. So
we're so spoiled.
So great. So I think when we're looking at all of that, it's like a deep pain. It's like, it's a dull pain. But if in that there is a lie, which is, like, this drug that is going to cost you £1 million is absolutely going to mean that you will never have cancer. And you're like, that, what? That doesn't, but the blind, desperate hope goes, oh, brilliant. Then I don't have to worry about cancer. Yeah, I have £1 million. I'll pay for that. But there's this, it just makes you feel sick. It just feels wrong. And of course, this is old body consciousness. We could sense a predator long before we saw them, so that we were already prepared for them. Nowadays, predators are not the saber-toothed cat. They're other people. They're other people trying to convince you of something that perhaps isn't true. And we just have to be really conscious of those feelings instead of getting embellished with the overwhelm, so that you can spot fake news before you've clicked share, before you've decided to let it ruin your day, before you've got angry, that you can actually go, wait a minute. Yeah, no, that just feels like, I wanted to call it tosh-baggery. I think tosh-baggery is a good word.
So tomorrow we're going to talk about love and sexy things.
Yeah, we are. So who doesn't want to tune in for that?
See you tomorrow. Thank you for watching my conversation with Becky Walsh on New York Real Zoom. If you would like to have a one-on-one conversation with her, you can email her at becky@beckywalsh.com. Tell her you are a New York Realer, because that will get you extra discount. Head over to her website, beckywalsh.com, to see what other services she's offering during Becky Walsh Week. Monday, we talk about the people that we're drawn to meet and how intuition can help us make more instant connection. Tuesday, we talk about how we know what we know and why dyslexia can be a gift. Wednesday, we talk about how we can spot a lie in this overwhelming world. Thursday, we talk about reading your lover, how to use your intuition for a deeper sexual experience. Friday, we talk about raising your value, game, and stepping into your power. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button if you want to see more of my videos. Thank you so much for watching New York Real Zoom. I'm Olive Hui. See you next time. Never gonna love without you. Never gonna fade away. Can we get this shit together and heal our